book number 6. Yes, I'm still reading a happiness book. Yes, it looks identical to the last one. So, bone to pick with this is don't write a book 5-6 years after somebody else with the exact same colors, exact same style, and almost the exact same name. Honestly, dropped credibility of it immediately, which isn't a good thing. But it's okay. Read them both, supporting them both. So this book is The Happiness Equation, Want Nothing plus Do Everything equals Have Everything by Neil Pesricha. So he's one of the top 10 TED Talks speakers as well. So he does have some very brilliant stuff to say. I definitely recommend going to check him out. And actually I get to see him speak in a few weeks. So this book, again, based on happiness, but the difference with this one, it wasn't about doing things. So it had nothing to do with the activities. So it wasn't get up earlier or write something lovely or take an art class, stop buying presents, right? It wasn't things like that. It was more tied into you mentally, emotionally, inside, right? It was more like the guts of who you are and changing happiness on that level, which I really enjoyed. So definitely recommend this book, possibly more than the last one if you were only going to read one. I will say that much. Right at the very beginning was a line I absolutely loved right before I got into it, is you can't have everything. Where would you even put it? By Stephen Wright, which made me laugh because we talk about how we want all the things we want in all the land and we want to, have more and more and more and more and more, but where would you actually put it? So what about finding joy just within yourself? So another thing that he talked about is he goes into how people use this. So he talks examples from Buddha to Jerry Seinfeld to Nike. It goes into all kinds of self-acceptance, who you are, why we listen to critics. And he does a lot of little drawings, which I wish he'd use different fonts, but you can see there, he uses a lot of little drawings to kind of graph out what it is that's going on in your head. But here was a section that I really liked. If you become angry with me and I do not get insulted, then the anger falls back on you. You are then the only person who becomes unhappy. All you have done is hurt yourself. If you want to stop hurting yourself, you must get rid of your anger and become loving instead. How crazy is that? That's a really wild concept. But it's true, is we hold on to so much anger, right? There's so many sayings around about that and how, put the poison in someone else's glass and hope that it kills you or whatever the saying is, because I totally botched that, but that's okay. But what if we actually stopped just being angry and found that joy, found that happiness inside of ourselves, but also on the other end of it, what if we stopped taking people's anger? So what if we actually stopped accepting the anger that people dish at us? Can you imagine how much happier our lives would be if every negative that came our way, we kind of stopped it and we're like, yeah, no, I'm good. You can have that back. Thank you so much for offering though. So something to think about. Another thing that he talked about in here that there were a few things in this book that validated a lot of my feelings that I've had and shifts and changes I've made in my life over the last year, which was kind of fun because I'm like, see, I'm not losing my mind. These are actually legit. Was on ideas and how much energy we have in a day and how many decisions we're making in a day. So he wrote out every single decision he made in a day. And you can see some of it here. It's like really, really, really tiny writing if you actually want to read them. But he talks about how he made, 285 decisions in a day, which is why he's so tired. 75 decisions at the gym, 62 about checking email, and 32 about food. And so how can you change your life so you don't have to make so many decisions? So I've done a lot of hacks in my own world around that. And if you want to know what some of those are, check out the section on my website that's called Dawn's Hacks, because I'm hacking my entire life right now, from what I wear to how I wear it to when I go to bed, my schedule, how I eat, how I meal prep, everything. Everything is being hacked, right down to how my closet is laid out. And so I'm going to be blogging about that as well so that people can follow along and maybe try some in their own lives. So those are a few really big ones. Another one is the just do it. And I was talking to a client the other day about just do it, right? And he's talking about that and how sometimes you have to just do and then the motivation is what will follow after the fact. And I loved this spot here on page 221. Want to start exercising? Run out your door. Just run. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter how far you go. You could run for 2 minutes to the end of your street and back. The fact that you did it will convince you can do it. Then you'll want to do it. Then you'll be a confident and motivated person who buys running shoes for the next time. And so looking at when we need to actually just step up and do it. So this book, did I love it? Absolutely. Is it one I'm going to read again? Yeah, I think I'll read sections of it again. It's something that just to like remind yourself and to look inside. And he gives some really cool ideas on how to get the best bang for your buck when reading it. So on to my next book. Loving this project. Please let me know and tag Crazy Read 2018 with some photos of what you're reading, because I need 75 books to read this year, and I think my list right now is at about 30. So still looking for more options. I hope you're having an outstanding day.